Effect sizes of BOLD CVR, resting state signal fluctuations and time delay measures for the assessment of hemodynamic impairment in carotid occlusion patients. Via NeuroImage. Publication date, October 1, 2018. Source: NeuroImage, Volume 179. Authors: Jill B. Dovis, Alex A. Bhogal, Jeroen Hendrikse, Esben T. Petersen, Jeroen C.W. Siero. Background and purpose: the BOLD signal amplitude as a response to a hypercapnia stimulus is commonly used to assess cerebrovascular reserve. Despite recent advances, the implementation remains cumbersome and alternative ways to assess hemodynamic impairment are desirable. Resting state BOLD signal fluctuations, rsBOLD, have been proposed, however data on its sensitivity and dependence on baseline venous cerebral blood volume, vCBV, is limited. The primary aim of this study was to compare the effect sizes of resting state and hypercapnia-induced BOLD signal changes in the detection of hemodynamic impairment. The second aim of the study was to assess the dependence of BOLD signal variability on vCBV.Materials and methods. 15 patients with internal carotid artery occlusive disease and 15 matched healthy controls were included in this study. The BOLD signal was derived from a dual echo gradient echo-planar sequence during hypercapnia, HC, and hyperoxia, HO, gas modulations. BOLD, fractional, amplitude of low-frequency fluctuations, ALFF, was compared to HC-BOLD, BOLD response delays derived from time delay analysis and delta-BOLD in response to progressively increasing HC. Effect sizes, that is the standard mean difference between patients and controls, were calculated. HO-BOLD was used to estimate vCBV, and its contribution to the variability in rsBOLD signal was evaluated. The effect sizes of ALFF and FALF, 0.61 and 0.72, were lower than the effect sizes related to hypercapnia-based hemodynamic assessment analysis, 1.62. 1.56 and 0.90 for HC-BOLD, BOLD response delays and delta-BOLD in response to progressively increasing HC. A moderate relation was found between ALFF and HC-BOLD in controls, R2 of 0.61 and 0.42, but this relation decreased in patients, R2 of 0.33 and 0.15. ALFF did not differ between patients and controls, whereas HC-BOLD did, p 0.005. The delta-BOLD response to progressively increasing HC was significantly different in between patients and controls for delta echo-2 values greater than or equal to 2 mm of mercury, at plus 2 mHGF1, 18, equals 5.85, p equals 0.026. Up to 31% and 53% of the variance in the ALFF and HC-BOLD spatial distribution could be explained by HO-BOLD.ConclusionALFF, and FALF demonstrated a moderate effect size to detect hemodynamic impairment, whereas the effect size was large for methods employing a hypercapnia-based vascular stress stimulus. Based on our analysis of BOLD signal change as a response to a progressively increasing hypercapnia stimulus, we can argue that a hypercapnia stimulus of at least 2 mHg above baseline echo-2 is necessary to evaluate hemodynamic impairment. We also demonstrated that a substantial amount of information embedded in the rsBOLD and HC-BOLD was explained by HO-BOLD. HO-BOLD can serve as a proxy for vCBV, and this thus indicates that one should be careful when adopting these techniques in disease cases with compromised CBV. Add tags, currently, Imaging, Neurology, Medicine by Alexandros G. Sfakianakis,